Today.
Is it today? Okay.
Today. It drops
I
today
don't know
on
what
VOD.
day it is. Of the 7 days, I don't know what day today is. Hey guys, Christy and Alonso here. We're talking about a really sweet, clever, charming little romantic comedy called 7 Days. It is a Spirit Award winner. Alonso will fill you in.
Yeah, dropping today on VOD. This is a COVID comedy, a COVID rom-com even.
There was some deception and it just feels wrong now.
Totally.
Okay, I was a little bit worried that you were catching feelings.
Karan Soni, who you know is the cab driver from the Deadpool movies, is on an arranged date with Geraldine Viswanathan from Blockers. They have met on a website for Indian parents to arrange marriages for their children. He is very traditional and close to his mother and down for this arrangement, and she claims to be, but then the lockdown starts like during their date, and because of various circumstances, he winds up having to spend the titular 7 days with her in her apartment, where he discovers that she's not quite as traditional as she had originally mentioned, and sparks fly and who knows what ensues.
This won Best First Feature
at
the Spirit Award, and it's really charming. We've seen several COVID movies. This is produced by Mark and Jay Duplass, and
yes.
Of course, Mark Duplass also did Language Lessons, which was
another
clever use of the means,
virtual.
and the means with which to make a movie within this setting. So clearly it was only a couple of people. A lot of it takes place over Zoom. They have such adorable chemistry from the very, very start, and there's like a deadpan kind of quick humor here, like a zippy kind of deadpan humor. And of course, where it's going to eventually end, but there are many, many twists and turns along the way, and lots of really clever little details along the way. And so, he's stuck at her apartment for a while. And they're still ostensibly on a date, whatever it evolves into, but he's got this really elaborate spreadsheet. Like I watched this on a link and I paused it to just check out the details. He has this fantastic spreadsheet of it's got to be like 20 women that he is either in contact with or is about to be in contact with. And it's like their names, their ages, what college they went to, what their GPA was, what the status is of their dates. And I guess culturally there is a lot of pressure in some families to be traditional and follow through with this and get married and have babies and be close to the family always. But I love that the film looks at both ways, either his traditional way or her beer drinking, fried chicken eating ways, with love and humor and no judgment for either of them.
Yeah, no, it's a really smart film. Karan Soni actually co-wrote it with the director, Roshan Sethi, who is an oncologist, and this is his day job. This is his first feature, which is why he won the Spirit Award. And they're a couple in real life, by the way.
I did not know that.
Yes.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, but it's you're right. It is a movie that you would imagine that they're going to goof on the notion of arranged marriages and whatnot. And while the movie doesn't necessarily champion that, it also sort of acknowledges that that has worked for people, and it is a way to approach this part of your life and what decisions you're going to make. But it really kind of does come down for the most part to this two-hander between Karan Soni and Geraldine Viswanathan, who are both really funny on their own and other stuff, but they do have this, his stuff is always very kind of like tentative and nervous, and he always comes off as sort of like shy and uncertain of himself, and she's always very brash and witty and kind of scandal, shocking at times in terms of like what she'll say, what she'll make jokes about. So though their comic persona mesh perfectly, and so it never, as much as you're sort of you are aware of the fact that they're making this movie during COVID and they've had to figure out a way that makes it work and to structure it in that way. At the same time, it plays out exactly like it would have anyway, just because the two of them bounce off each other so well.
And if you are feeling like, I don't want to watch another COVID movie, this isn't really a COVID movie. I mean, it
No.
is in the very beginning, and the reason that they're thrust together for all this time
Sure.
is because of COVID. But this could have happened on like a desert island if they'd gotten stranded there. They could
Sure.
have been stuck together for a variety of other contrived premises, you know. So this just happens
Locked
to be
in a
very-
freezer, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they might have been stuck together, but there's a very kind of old school, kind of snappy, like love-hate stuff going on. They get on one another's nerves, but you know that they're gonna end up okay. There's also kind of a When Harry Met Sally structure to the beginning of it, because you have these Zoom calls with a bunch of different parents and families explaining how they had their own arranged marriages, which was reminded me a lot of that structure. And When Harry Met Sally, where like
Right.
longtime couples sit side by side and explain how they fell in love with each other. And there's more to both of these people than meets the eye, as we
Absolutely.
reveal when they are stuck together. And there's a stand-up comedy bit that he does that's very funny and very sad. And she's got secrets. Anyway, they have really lovely chemistry, and I just smiled the whole way through, and it's really cute. So I am saying 7.6.
I said 7.8. I think this is a fun spin on the rom-com, and really, I think, understands the tropes and applies them in a way that is both familiar, but also really kind of serves to build and create character. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's very simple. It is not. I mean, I guess it does reinvent the wheel somewhat, but it's, you know, it's going to do what you think it's going to do. With a few
But you'll
surprises
enjoy
along the
getting
way.
there. Exactly.
You will indeed. So 7 days is available on Wednesday through
No,
VOD.
today.
Is it today? Okay.
Today. It drops
I
today
don't know
on
what
VOD.
day it is. Of the 7 days, I don't know what day today is. It's out today, but it's in theaters. It's also on VOD. So you can go and
Yes.
find it and enjoy it from your own personal quarantine on your own couch.